Good morning. It's January 18th according to the schedule, and we're in Matthew chapter 28 verses 18 to 20. It's 3 verses. I know it's tough to memorize 3 verses, and yet I'm not asking you to memorize. Just hide this in your heart that Jesus came near and said to them, "All authority has been given to me in heaven and on earth. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe everything I have commanded you. And remember," this is a good part, we don't get to this to the end of the week, "remember, I am with you always to the end of the age." See, I love this meeting that Jesus is having with his followers, his apostles. Now, I mentioned yesterday that disciples are those who learn by following. The first definition of a disciple is a learner. And yet we know that the learning that takes place when we talk about Jesus' disciples is because they're following Jesus. It's natural to talk about the things that are important to you. I mean, I guess this weekend we've talked a little football, right? I mean, I lived in Georgia for a time. People in Georgia are nuts right now. They have 2-time national champion back-to-back. Woo! Well, I don't know that I'm that excited about Georgia being back-to-back, but if it were Clemson, man, I'd be talking about it. It's natural to talk about family. It's natural to talk about work. One of those unimpressive things we talk about is the weather. Oh, it's a nice day today, right? It's a little chilly out today. We talk about the things that are important to us. See, Jesus is important to us as disciples. Jesus is important to us as followers. See, I think it can be an intimidating thing. It can be an intimidating thing to know that God expects us to make disciples. Not just pastors, not just teachers, not just Sunday school teachers or deacons, but every believer. God intended to be a disciple maker. And I know lots of Christians who say, "Oh, I can't do that." So let's step it back a little bit. Do you think you can talk about what Jesus means to you? Do you think you can tell other people what Jesus has done in your life? Do you think you can talk about what you've read in the Bible? Do you think you can talk about what you heard in worship? Do you think you can invite people to worship with you? One of the things I've told folks at the gathering is don't invite people to church. Don't invite people to church because you're inviting to them some sort of club or event or something. Invite people to come worship with you. And as you worship, you get to lead them in worship. See, all of this can begin with just, how's your day going? How's your day going? I started mine with Jesus this morning. Can I tell you what I read this morning in the Bible? Can I tell you, now maybe you're watching this video at 4:17 in the morning because I send it out usually by 4:15. You're watching this video at 4:17 and you might say, "You know what my pastor said this morning?" Cool. Whatever it takes to start the conversation, tell people about Jesus. Jesus came near and said to them, "All authority has been given to me in heaven and on earth. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe everything I have commanded you. And remember, I am with you always to the end of the age."